Checking connection for the KKR fan cam, and I should be seeing you guys popping up very soon. Yes. Hello guys, welcome to another edition. We have got Sanjana back here.
Hello and welcome back to KKR fan cam. We have our masks on right now because we're still not inside the practice arena. And when I say we, who am I talking about? We have the CEO of the Kolkata Knight Riders, Mr. Venky Mysore, with us. Welcome. Day 1 out of quarantine. How are you feeling?
Fantastic. It's great to be here. Ravi brings back some very fond memories from 2014 when we started here, and we were at the same hotel, and coming here first time for me after the quarantining is done. I think first and foremost I must say that I'm very impressed that the boys have been very disciplined and have followed the entire protocol that has been laid out. In fact, we have a Dr. Srikanth, who keeps us in line.
Yes.
And they followed it very, very well. And I've received a lot of good feedback about how well behaved the team has been, which is always great. During these times, you can't take anything lightly. So it's fantastic to be here and just see them in action. So great to be here.
Absolutely. And speaking of protocol, we're about to enter the playing area. We first have to go and get our temperatures recorded every single day. We have to have our masks on when we come in here to ensure that the players are safe, all of us are kept safe. So I'm going to ask you to go first in. Every day, every single day, to ensure that we're safe and everybody is being completely COVID free and just this is a safe environment for all the players. Now, I think we can take our masks off now that we've sanitized, we've got our temperatures.
Sanjana says, I follow whatever she says.
Alright, so we want to talk first thing about you being around cricket. Is this the first time this year that you've been out and about with the team in person?
Absolutely. I think we've all gone through several months of lockdown and understanding or learning new vocabulary like corona and lockdown and social distancing and whatnot. So this has all become part of our vocabulary now. But it's great to see all the boys in action, and it's great to see that it's a highly sanitized environment and what we call as a biosecure bubble. So there's a lot that goes into it, as you know. But it's nice to see. I can see that how much the boys are enjoying being out there and running around, bowling, batting, fielding, and the coaches here as well. So it's fantastic to be out.
There are maximum measures in place to ensure that the Kolkata Knight Riders remain safe. But while we're also having them practice here and train, there's good news coming in for the Knight Riders camp. 4th time CPL title. You're usually in attendance. This year you were missing. You were watching it from your room, in fact, in quarantine. Tell us about that.
Oh God, I tell you, it was one of those moments where you wish that you were with thousands of fans sitting there and actually enjoying that special moment when I think TKR recorded something for the record books. I mean, going unbeaten and winning the 4th championship in 6 years. It's just something that you dream of. There are times when I've actually dreamt about it and said, wouldn't it be great if we had an unbeaten season? And to realize, so I had to pinch myself and say, did it really happen? And I was just by myself in my room, quarantining. I was jumping up and screaming, and I'm sure people around thought there's some crazy man in this room. But what a fantastic performance that was, and something that I'm very, very proud of what the Trinbago Knight Riders and our team TKR did there. So I think everyone's in a great mood.
Absolutely. And when we talk about that celebration that you had by yourself, completely well deserved, unbeaten in this season of the CPL, the Trinbago Knight Riders. But now that you're here, now that you've met the boys this morning, what were your first reactions? What is the sense that you're getting from the team this season?
Well, first of all, I think there's a fantastic group, and it's not just me saying, because we know who they are. Most of them have been with us even last year and year before, but some of the new ones who have joined and the coaches. I think there was a sense of happiness, and you just felt that everybody was very close, and it was in the dining area and a lot of laughs, and they're looking forward to practicing like this, and so there's a lot of happiness around, and I think the PKR performance is also rubbed off on everybody's mindset here. So it's fantastic to be able to do that, and so I think a lot to look forward to this season.
This has been a strange year to say the least. So most of your communication with the team and with the think tank has been over Zoom calls, etc. How would you summarize this year being in touch with the Knight Riders?
Well, I think first and foremost, we should not forget that this type of a pandemic event happens once in a century, and hopefully we'll not see it again for the next century at least. But the first sentiment that comes to mind is I'm very grateful. I think everybody is very grateful that there's a season happening. So I jokingly tell people that when the season happens, they're all gainfully employed, which is great. And so we're thankful for that, we're grateful for that. I think the other thing that I stress when I talk to people, and it's great to see how people are already following through, is that we shouldn't be underestimating the risk under any circumstances, because the risk is real, the virus is real, the virus seems to have a mind of its own, and I think now we know what are all the precautions that one can take, and in spite of some of those we have seen situations outside, so we have to be extra careful, not paranoid, but extra careful. So that's the message that we're giving out to people, and everyone has embraced the new normal. I mean, I don't know, that phrase is something that I'm getting a little tired of, but it is a new paradigm, let's put it that way. And so when the games take place without crowds, we've already experienced it. I think one advantage that we have as a team, I believe, is that since fortunately the Caribbean Premier League, TKR went through that, we already have experience in what quarantining is, what a biosecure bubble is, how do you play in this type of an environment without crowds. So I think our head coach Brendan McCullum was there. He's going to be landing very shortly here with the other big guns that he's bringing with him. But I think that experience will hold us in good stead, because they are going to be able to impart some of that knowledge to this team, who already have been terrific, but some of the do's and don'ts. So I think Zoom calls and talking to them virtually has become a way of life, and I think everyone appreciates that at some level, because thanks to technology we're able to do that and still maintain that communication. And I mean, there's nothing like being face to face. I mean, I'd love to go and give a hug to, as sweaty as they are, to each one, which we would have done in normal seasons, but shirt is cleaner in some respect. So it's good. I think they all understand that there are some virtual hugs that come their way.
So the TKR boys are bringing along with them a ton of know-how. We also hope that they bring a little bit of that luck that they had in the CPL. But I want to know from you, Chris Green, the addition of him to the Kolkata Knight Riders setup, also somebody with the experience of Praveen Tambe. How much do you think will that help this season with the Kolkata Knight Riders?
Oh, huge. I think Chris Green, when we talked about him before the auction, the auction seems like it just happened way back. It did happen way back in December. He's a superb cricketer, and we have seen him in action in the Caribbean League. Even this year, he captained Guyana, and he used to open the bowling with a new ball, and some of the skills that he brings as a bowler, his useful batting, his leadership, outstanding fielder. So, and he's a great team man. So I think he's going to enjoy the Knight Rider environment, and I think everyone's going to enjoy his presence. So we're looking forward to that. Praveen Tambe has been a revelation. Again, I mean, for someone like Praveen Tambe at his age and at this stage of his career, using the word revelation is a bit strange, but every time he gets on the field, my God, I mean, and even when he doesn't, I mean, you just see him wearing a bib when he's not playing, and he's the first one out running with drinks and saying something, coming at the boundary line, having a word of encouragement or dropping off a drink to them. I think the TKR boys just absolutely loved him. They just fell in love with him because of his positivity, his nature, as well as his enthusiasm. As the coaches were saying, he's the first one who would get onto the field, run there and do the sprints and put some of the youngsters a little bit to shame. And we saw what he did when he got his limited chances. I mean, some of the catches he took, bowling that he did, absolutely outstanding. So very happy. The coaches all on popular demand. It was decided that he should come and join us here and be part of the setup and help the team. I think some of the enthusiasm that he brings is unbelievable, and in these conditions at practice to be able to give some quality spin bowling option for the batsman to face against, and just his infectious enthusiasm. So we are really excited that he's going to be part of it. In fact, he's coming with Coach McCullum, so I'm sure he'll come and increase the energy levels here. So really looking forward to that.
Absolutely. We are literally counting down the minutes to when the entire Trinbago Knight Riders team, everybody who's going to come and join Kolkata Knight Riders, will land here in Abu Dhabi, and we get to see them only after their quarantine period ends. But do we have some questions coming in from the fans?
Yes, Sanjana, of course, there is Asit, Rohit, Yadav, Suraj, lots of people. Sir, firstly, there's another person watching this live. Tom Banton is here. He's saying hello to you. Any words for him?
Hello, Tom. How are you doing? Can't wait for you to get over here. It's a fabulous setup here, and the whole environment and the team and the coaches and the setting. So, I mean, with the kind of exciting batting style that you bring, and your spirit and your enthusiasm for the game, I think it's going to help KKR in a big way. So really looking forward to seeing you.
Perfect. So of course there's lots of people tuning in. Hasim, Pratim, Deep Sarkar, we can see all your messages. One of the questions which is being repeated a lot is a lot of people been asking, who is Harry Gurney's replacement? Do you have an answer to that?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's very unfortunate that Harry suffered this injury, which requires surgery and which rules him out of the season. So Harry, we're going to miss you big time, and you've been part of the setup, and really have we have to duck often as they are hitting some bombs here. But so Harry, get well soon, and I know that we're going to have your support, and you'll be here in spirit. But we have made up our mind, and we have decided on who Harry Gurney's replacement will be. But with due respects to IPL, since we have not yet got a formal approval from IPL, we just have to wait. Hopefully we'll announce it very shortly, and I think you'll all be very happy. Hopefully that's another person who brings some new spirit, energy, and a winning spirit to KKR as well. So hold tight, and we'll announce it very shortly.
Thank you, sir.
A big personality and a winning touch. This is something that we really are looking forward to. A big surprise coming your way, Knight Riders, because your question, who is Harry Gurney's replacement, will be, hopefully, fingers crossed, answered very soon. But for now, this is all we have for you on the KKR fan cam. We hope that you are being safe, wearing a mask, sanitizing your hands, and keeping safe distance. We'll see you again very soon.